ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Dark Native Magic the Gathering Arena video, where we will actually get to see the first deck I decided to make with Zendikar. So before I had looked up to see what was going to be in the meta, I was already, I won't even call it meta, that's been kind of played right now, is a Scute Swarm. Let's pull this up. So Scute Swarm. I thought this card was going to be pretty fun to play with. I hadn't really gone too much into any of the Zendikar cards that I wanted to play with because I wanted to kind of get a chance to sit and brew everything that I liked. And I thought this was going to be a good card. I played tested a couple times and like, yeah, this is a pretty good card. And then within the last week, Scute Swarm has gained super popularity. Like, there's already words talk about it's going to possibly get banned, and either way, that's neither here or there. But Scute Swarm definitely is a good card. It allows you to go super wide, and as long as you have 6 or more lands, it'll make another copy of itself so that you can just continue to go wide. So I decided to try to play on the whole go wide effect in a different manner. So I decided to do a mutate, which is what everybody's doing with Scute Swarm and Migratory Greathorn. But I'm proud to say that even with everybody doing the Scute and Greathorn combo to go wide, I went ahead and did my own take before this even happened. I already had my own idea of like trying to like play off of that. I decided to use Felidar Retreat. It has whenever a land enters the battlefield, you can either create a 2/2 beast creature, or you can put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. They gain vigilance until end of turn. So with that, you can go wide by playing a land and playing a land. So they really go wide really quick. So how we get there is we start off with Essence Symbiote to gain counters and gain life. This is sort of our way to try to get some life gain going with our Mewtwo's to try to stay alive. Lotus Cobra to get us mana. Now I personally thought this was gonna be a good card. Cool, you put a land, you get a mana. I didn't realize how powerful that was until I played a Lotus Cobra and it got shot down in turn 2. When I played a Lotus Cobra on turn 3 and then played a land, I hadn't realized, it was then I realized that by playing this one card on turn 3, I had 4 mana. So it ramps you as early as turn 3. So on turn 3, actually on turn 3, you could possibly be playing with 5 mana, which is a lot, which is really big. That's really big. So I could see why people immediately shut this card down, because the fact that every time you play a land, you get an extra mana. So essentially, if you don't play a tapped land, you're getting 2 mana that turn on top of the mana you already have. So that's really good value for such a cheap card. Dies everything, obviously at 1 toughness, but it's a good mana ramp piece. Cultivate, it's another mana ramp piece. This is specifically so we can go wide with our Scute, get more with our Scute and Felidar Retreat. You get 2 basic lands, put 1 on the battlefield, put 1 in your hand. It's pretty simple. Scute Swarm, whenever a land enters the battlefield, creates a 1/1 token. If you have 6 or more lands, not only does it make a 1/1 token, it creates a copy of itself. So real great. Then you have Migratory Greathorn. This is the combo most people are using with Scute Swarm, is they mutate onto this. When you mutate with it, you search for a land, put it on the battlefield. So you make this a 3/4, and then if you have 6 or more lands, if you make this the top card, you make this the monster, then this ends up making a copy of a 3/4. So making 3/4 copies is better than making 1/1 copies. So that's pretty good. This makes tokens or puts counters. And then this is our get everything on the board. And that's it. Oh, wow. I'm dumb. That's not it. Beanstalk Giant is another way for us to ramp. 3 mana to search for a land to put on the battlefield tap. Also gives us an alternate kind of win condition. So if we get wiped, we can, if we can't go wide, we can go tall. And then Ugin's kind of a placeholder. I don't think Ugin's really a fit for this, but I figured this is the best way to deal with other Ugins. Is when they minus to go wide, we play our own Ugin to clean up their Ugin, and then try to go wide again or go tall, whatever we have. But yeah, it's pretty much the deck. Haven't tried using any of the double-sided lands yet. I'll probably find some deck that I want to use that in eventually. But right now, this is the first Zendikar deck that I'm putting together, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So I haven't even given it a name yet. What should we? I mean, what can we name this? What can we name this deck? What can we name it? Mutate Swarm? Sure. We'll go with that. Mutate Swarm. So I really do like the landfall mechanic. A lot of these mechanics, I don't know how they'll fare in competitive play yet. I'm still not really ready to put them in rank yet. I mean, because obviously, as you see, Ugin is still a thing, Uro is still a thing, so I feel the meta right now favors anything that is really controlling or really fast. Because if you can go fast, you can get under the mid-range decks like Uro and the ramp decks. You could definitely get under control decks. Oh, no white. That's right, we can mutate and get a white. But yeah, I think the meta is really for the. It's gonna try to mill me. Sweet. Yeah, but the meta is really, in my opinion, really geared toward the ramp decks, because they just, well, not even, yeah, ramp decks, ramp into Ugin, is just too strong. Really, it's just too strong. Everybody's saying the Scute Swarm is the reason I'm not doing this because I need to go fast. They're just trying to mill me out. I'm already down to 43. I'll be here at half my deck pretty soon. Oh, wow, I'm dumb. I didn't get a white. Oh, misplay. That's what I was supposed to get a white. Getting a Asterix right now would be great. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't really need the mana at this point. I just need to get damage onto him. Yeah, I took too long in this. Had I like actually got a white early on, this would be a much wider board than it is now. That was 100% misplay on my part. What the heck? 8 cards? So he's got to mill me like this turn. So if he can mill me 6 cards. I got what, 2 Migrate Horns, 1 Scute, 1 Cultivate, and 2 Lotus left. Oh, he scoops. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it's pretty much how it goes. Just go wide. I'm surprised. He might have still had me. I don't think he had to scoop this shit. Unless he had no way to mill me 6 cards, then. Because he wasn't gonna out damage me. But it's definitely a fun deck. I enjoy it. I definitely think it's could be much more optimized for sure. Like there's definitely ways to probably better optimize this. But for a first take at Swarm, trying to go being that we don't have any interaction pieces, like we don't have any removal. We're pretty much ramp and go wide. We'll definitely keep that. Because that's essentially 3 land. Mono red. So, cycling. So we shall hope that, yep, we get another land. So I definitely want to mutate this so it doesn't get burned out. Ooh. Ooh. So since he's cycling, I don't expect him to burn it. So I think we can do this. It only gives me 2 mana, so nothing to spend. So they don't have, the only direct burn spell they have in here is Zenith Flare. He can play the other cycling guy that does 1 to face every time you cycle, but he has no real way to directly interact with this. So with this will help me keep me alive. This will keep me getting mana. Alright, cool. So we're gonna do this. And it gets me 1 mana. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mutate the Essence Symbiote to try to keep it alive. So once I have this and this alive, the Symbiote's probably the most important because it'll keep getting me life every time I mutate. So keeping him alive is a very good goal to go for. Alright, so because I need to go wide. Actually, guess I could just stick mutate on him again. I need 1 for a Scuttle Swarm. Put a white on there just for sake. Let's see. So now I got 4. So if he gets the fox, gives me something to put in front of it. Oh. Giant killer, I didn't see that coming. Just play with my 9. 6. Oh, I guess I don't have enough. 7? Oh, yeah, okay. So it looks like he didn't get a Fox or a Zenith Flare. I'm kind of stuck too. Like I haven't got a Scoot. Haven't got a Felidar Retreat or Ugin. Just nothing but lands. Play the one you can see. Right now, I still got to preserve the essence because that's what's pretty much keeping me from being blown out by Zenith Flare. I mean, this Beanstalk Giant does die to another. Was it Giant Killer? Yeah, Giant Killer. And it gave it lifelink. So how many lands do I have on here right now? 12 lands. Like this. Like I need the combo pieces. I'm not getting them. Yeah, there's no point in playing land. There's no point in playing cultivate because there's, you know, I need some trigger stuff for the swarm and for the Felidar. If we can just get to them, that's something I can see this deck may need. I need some more draw elements, so maybe I can tone down, maybe tone down Felidar, tone down Essence Symbiote into some draw cards. Give himself a bunch of life. There we go. We'll block the 12, gain 3. So it only takes like 1. Or you can let them both in because he's at 30 life. Do I want to cultivate now? Not really. And I probably should put some few other bigger plays in here since I produce so much mana. Like, I might not even need the Cobras now that I think about it, because how much land I create. Got almost halfway through our deck before we got our first combo card, essentially. Mid-range card. Let's see, he's already at 40. Well, yeah, he only had 46. I wonder how many cards he started with. Phoenix Flare makes 8. Alright, so this is what we'll do. I think I have to preserve the essence because he can double block this to kill it, and then I can't gain any life. Life is something I really need. So if he can cycle 2 more cards and has a Zenith Flare, the second cycle, either one of these is Zenith Flares, game's over. killer. Tells me he doesn't have Zenith Flare, so he's trying to preserve his life total. Use 3 life, so Zenith Flare does it. Yeah, because he's got 17 in there, so yeah, Zenith Flare does it. And it's pretty much what he's going to search for. Which you'd probably find, especially if all his cycles cost more. Yeah, see. It happens. To be honest, I probably should have been much more aggressive, but I wasn't. It didn't help though that it took till half our deck to start getting anything going. So I definitely think some draw would pretty much round this deck out, because we're too. If we don't draw what we get in our first 10 cards, we're pretty much too slow to get anything going. So we need to have an ability to get to those pieces if we don't get them at the beginning. So like, this is meh. I guess I'll keep, because I can get this played early with this if it survives. If not, then I have literally nothing to do. Another mill. Yeah, it pretty much shuts me out. If I play a land, if that player had another land in it, so if I play any mana, if I play any ramp, I have to return a land back to my hand. So that pretty much forces me to play one land a turn. So I need to figure out a way to get aggressive, because I'm already down almost half. So I guess he just Rune Crab mills while everything else is removal. I might need to go wide, like quickly. Christ, kid. Yeah, I think we're too far out of cards now to really matter. Yeah, that's pretty much game. You pretty much locked this out. Can't play extra lands. This is why I feel like this is why it's like it's a counter spells type game. Either you're super aggro, like super aggro, like really quick, or you're just sit and don't let you do anything type game. But that's pretty much the deck. Didn't really get to show Scute Swarm doing its thing, but maybe we can drop the Ugins and we could do some good draw cards in green. Wow, I can't spell green or white. We can do something cheap like Revitalize to kind of make sure we still maintain life, and we draw a card. We could go let's see, with all this mana we might want to get something bigger, give us more options. You could throw some hinges in there, but I guess not really, because most of the stuff you play is going to be token creatures. So we can go Golden Egg, but the Solemn gives us something to spend our mana on, and draws us a card when it dies. Get a land, and we draw a card. Get a land when it plays, draw a card when it dies. I feel like I would want something with more. This might be cool. Return of the Wild Speaker. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human. Oh, it's just a single part. Nah, not that one. What about Plain-Wide Celebration? Why can I not spell? Plain-Wide Celebration. Unless that rotated, didn't it? Did it rotate? I think it did rotate. Yeah, I believe it did rotate. Okay, so not plain-wide. What else could we do? We want some draw, but we want to do more than just take a turn to draw a card. We want to like do something with that. I guess we could go in and maybe give ourselves trample. Or some way to continue to, because that's really the only deck I think the deck is lacking. Is just we need the ability to continually get cards in our hand. I mean, that's something we can spend our mana on. That's 7 mana. It's also land. We can pay 7 to look for a creature card, put it on the battlefield, and if it's 3 or less, it gets 3 more counters. Well, that's everything with the exception of these 3. So all these would come in with counters. I don't know how important that would really be at that late in the game. It's a bit cool and neat. You can just pump something big in there. Doesn't let us draw much though. So I'm like, I think you need something that draws but also does something else. Pretty much what it boils down to. So I think the final verdict should be yeah, we need more draw before we do anything else. Drawing is pretty much key. This is what allows us to keep doing things. I want a way to residually continue to draw, not just one time. If possible. Actually, I might have to just deal with just one time. What's that? Oh, because we get 10. I really think something like something like, where is it at? I can't remember the name of the card. It's Elder Gargaroth. Only have one though. Sure, we'll throw one in there. Whenever creature power 4 greater is a battlefield, draw a card. Creature you control trample. Like, this may be a thing. But it has to enter the battlefield. Like, it has to enter the battlefield with power 4. And that only leaves Auspicious Styrax, Elder Gargaroth, and Beanstalk Giant. Yeah, I don't think I'll hit that. This might be better. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control your power 4, greater, draw a card. I can dig that. Are we showing standard cards? Not collected. Why is it standard? That's definitely not standard. Oh, because see, I don't like these cards. I don't like how something that's not standard is playable in standard. Like, I understand they're trying to, I understand like the concept behind it. Like, you're trying to shake it up and make it, you know, have impactful cards that make things different, but it's not standard. Let's see, what am I having? Yeah, well, yeah, I see we're running up to like 40 minutes here, so this is pretty much the end. So yeah, we'll do, I think we'll do one Elder Gargaroth, and then we will go with, where is it at? And we'll one Elder Gargaroth. Man, I can't English today. And we'll do 3 Vitalize. And then that way we still keep a decent curve. And hopefully that'll be it. So that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when decks come out. They should come out every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I hope you enjoyed, because I enjoyed it. It was a pretty fun deck, even with some of the losses. It's a fun deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye.